This time of year is tough for a lot of people for a lot of different reasons. But given how cold it is, it's always harder for people without a home, rough sleepers, which is why charities like Porchlight need all the support that they can get. And God knows they're not getting it from central government, they're not getting it from Conservatives. Every single week there's a story like this. I'll link this down below. Homeless man dies in a freezing alleyway behind Hilton Hotel amid wave of rough sleeper deaths across the UK. A homeless man has died in an alleyway beneath a hotel after spending the night in sub-zero temperatures, marking the latest in a string of rough sleeping deaths across Britain as the cold weather draws in. The man, who remains unidentified, was discovered on Tuesday morning in a next to a Hilton hotel in Nottingham city centre, and later pronounced dead in hospital. Police said there was nothing suspicious about the death. His death draws focus on the devastating consequences of the UK's spiralling homelessness figures, which show rough sleeping has surged by 165% in the past 8 years, hitting 4,677 last year. Experts say this data underestimates the scale of the problem. Separately, a data analysis by the Museum for Homelessness earlier this year revealed a homeless person dies on average every 19 hours in the UK. Fucking hell. Prompting renewed calls for the government to address the sheer lack of affordable social housing across the country. Okay, I'm gonna stop reading there. Do you remember last year when the UN investigator released a report into homelessness in the UK? Do you remember what the Conservatives' response was? This was it. Nah, you're full of shit. Who are you to come and tell us what we're doing? That was their response. Not, oh shit, there's a problem here, how could we be so oblivious? And again, bear in mind, December last year, a man died on the steps of Parliament because he had nowhere to go. These are not isolated accounts, and these are not unavoidable accounts. I don't live in a fantasy world where no one will ever be homeless. But I am incredibly aware that the sheer volume of homeless people in one of the richest countries on the planet is a direct result of Conservative policy, is a direct result of Conservative callousness, and how much they fucking despise anyone who is not wealthy. The election next week is possibly going to be your last chance to try and save this country. And I say that because of Boris Johnson's proposals, his manifesto. It's fucking horrendous. And it will allow Boris himself to have more power than any other Prime Minister. This is it. Your one and only chance to save the country. For fuck's sake, do not vote Conservative.